What's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
Listen, I will subscribe to you.
That's what they're saying.
You and me being.
Go ahead and subscribe, y'all.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that and stop, being whatever you are.
Just between you and me, there's a night, there's no tricks, ooh, there's a love.
Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place to level up your intimacy. Yeah. Lance J Radio Network.
Yeah.
Excited to be here again. So, can you believe it is Thanksgiving already?
I really can't.
This is crazy.
It came so fast.
Well, first of all, the reason why I can't believe it is because once Thanksgiving hits, it's like the year that is ending.
Oh, it's rapid fire.
It's about to be it.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Christmas is already over.
You on Thanksgiving break right now.
Christmas is actually done.
It's done already. We're done. We're not even at Thanksgiving. Christmas is done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What do you think about people who, during this time of year, especially Thanksgiving, because I think that's when you meet up with family during Thanksgiving time.
Yes.
You have big dinners and all that stuff.
Yes.
How do you feel? How many people do you think has to deal with outlaws?
I think most people.
Not in-laws, but outlaws.
I think most people are dealing with crazy in-law situation.
You think so?
I think
You think more than none?
Yes. I think more people than none are actually having anxiety around the holidays.
Wow.
Definitely.
I agree.
I have no actual data to back it up. But I'm just saying.
From what people tell us.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, wow.
This is all anecdotal evidence.
The amount of anxiety medication that's taken during the holidays.
It's got to be higher.
Oh, it is. I guarantee. Matter of fact, I should look that up.
You should look it up.
Because I guarantee.
It's got to be.
That the anxiety medication.
The prescriptions are through the roof.
The prescriptions are through the roof during the holidays. Because, think about it. You have to deal with sometimes in-laws that just really are nuts. And when you're with them, it causes so many different things. So many things happen. Your spouse probably changes.
Right.
And acts differently.
Right. So that's my thing.
Your partner's not the same.
To me, that's the thing. It's not about your in-laws necessarily being nuts. It is. But I think more people deal with the change that happens to their spouse when their spouse's parents come to town.
They get back with the mom and dad. They go back to that spoiled, rotten child that used to be in the house.
And then you end up getting neglected. You know what I'm saying? This is your house, and now you can't get no word in edgewise. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of stuff.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. Now,
a little bit.
I actually love my mother. And mother in love. By the way, I hate that.
I do
don't
too.
know why
why did you say that? Why'd you say that?
I don't know
now?
why. I hate it. I hate saying mother in love. But it's a mama. I love my mom and I love my mama.
I love my mama and I love my mom.
I will be honest.
Daddy and dad.
Yes, I do too. I will be honest though. I call it daddy pop. But anyway, I'll be 100% honest. When my mom and you are together, and then it's even worse when your mom's there too. I shouldn't be in the room.
You're totally ignored?
I cannot get a word in edgewise. And here's the thing, though. I love seeing you enjoying yourself like that.
Okay.
I really do.
So that's not really
It's great. It's not
same kind of situation.
It isn't. I don't have to take anxiety medication.
Well, when you're with your dad and brother, though, I can't get a word.
You say that all the time. You say I just be ignoring the scoop out of you.
What? Ignore the scoop. And again, I just, I'm like, what? He's with his dad and brother. I'm good. This is not the time for me. I'm just talking about when you get together and the person treats you differently in a negative way.
I actually feel bad for those people.
Yeah. That's a whole different story. But that's not what we're talking about today, is it?
It's not. I actually have a story again today
that
I think is interesting.
I'm excited about this story.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you already know who Kim Kardashian West is.
Who is that?
Kim Kardashian is a very famous person.
Who that is.
I think you do. Kim Kardashian used to be married to Kanye West. She still is.
Who's he?
Yeah, right. She's still Kim Kardashian West.
Yes, she is.
Right now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she's dating this dude, Pete Davidson. Pete is from Saturday Night Live.
No, Pete really looks weird to me.
He does look weird. But
he's a weird looking dude.
He seems
he's
really cool.
Funny. No, I really
and
like him.
He seems cool as ice.
But he's a weird looking dude.
He is weird. You're right. Anyway, so apparently they're dating. They were seen recently holding hands. Right. And so it's like kind of a big deal.
Right.
And, these paparazzi pick up on everything. Somebody got a full body shot of Kim. Mm-hmm. And when they did, they noticed her footwear.
Okay.
Guess what she was wearing? She's holding hands with her new boyfriend, and she's wearing Yeezys.
What?
Now, for those of you that don't know, Yeezys
she didn't.
are Kanye West's shoes. That he
Shoe
has
line,
a whole
yeah.
line of shoes, and she's wearing
Well, her new boo.
wearing her old man shoes. So here's my question, and this is what I want to know, like dead serious. Now, first of all, I was going to read some of it, but who cares? That's the story right there.
Yeah, that's the story.
Here's what I want to know. Is that a big deal? Well, first of all, if Pete is actually dating her, they're holding hands,
I mean, they're
so
holding
maybe they're
hands.
dating, right?
I mean, do friends do that? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Unless you're 5.
If you're Pete, yeah, that's true. The question is, are you insecure in that situation because your new girl is wearing her ex-man's shoes?
You're asking me?
I'm asking
my new
you.
girl?
Sorry, that's you know what I meant. All I'm saying
I know,
is,
I'm joking,
I'm saying is, should Pete feel some kind of way about that? Like, do you think he should say something? Should he be like, yo, I mean, you can wear anything you want, but you can't wear your old man shoes.
Wow. I guess the whole, she might be getting a piece of that though.
Like you mean she may be getting residuals off of that?
Exactly.
Like she may be getting paid.
She
off
may
of
be
those
getting
shoes.
paid off those shoes.
That's a possibility.
So if she getting paid off those shoes, I mean,
if she has some kind of royalty deal or something like that,
those could be a piece of her shoes.
That's possible.
So if that's the case, if it's not the case, I would just say, if he's insecure, I think that would be a big deal. And then I'm like, I'm not sure if it has to do with insecurity and that's it. It could just be that maybe you don't need to be wearing those. You moved on. Like, why are you wearing your old man shoes? I don't know. It's like,
and she's not poor. She can wear any shoes she wants. And I'm sure
there's some other shoes out there.
No. I have heard though. I don't have any because I can't afford them.
Yes.
But I've heard Yeezys are mad comfortable.
Yes, I have heard that.
I've heard they're like the most comfortable thing in the world.
So maybe she
and
got
they
to wear
have
those.
to be because I don't like the way they look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there must be some reason why people are wearing them joints besides the fact that they're $800.
Right.
It's got to be also that they're
I think they're
comfortable.
more than that.
Well, the cheap ones are. I'm
Right.
talking about the ones I would be close to being able to afford.
I
They're
see.
like $700.
Yeah.
My point is, should he care?
Know.
Should he make a big deal about it? You know what I'm saying?
know.
What's the rule there? There's got to be some kind of relationship rule on that.
Let me put my feet in
her
shoes.
Yeezys?
In her Yeezys. Let me put my feet in her Yeezys. I would say it ain't that deep.
Right.
If I have my feet in her Yeezys.
Yes.
I would say it's not that deep. But if you had your foot in her Yeezys, I would say I might feel some kind of way.
Okay, now let me say
I might
this.
feel some kind of way.
Let me add a little bit of a curveball, in my opinion. All right. I think everybody would agree, based on what you just said to start the show, that in this particular case, Pete has dated up.
Oh, yeah.
In other words,
I would say so.
In other words,
I haven't seen Pete with anybody.
I haven't either. But I'm saying the fact is with Kim.
I'm not saying he hasn't been. I'm just saying it hasn't been big enough for him for it to be on.
Correct. So how do we
anytime.
factor that in? Because if the person that I'm dating is someone that everybody agrees I probably shouldn't have been able to pull,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then maybe I allow her to do something that makes me uncomfortable, but I'm scared to lose her, so I don't say nothing. Maybe I'm like, okay, she can wear whatever she want to wear. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would tell Pete to do. Pete, let her wear her Yeezys. Go ahead and let her wear the Yeezys. But I do think that happens, though. I do think you're right that sometimes people allow stuff to happen in relationships because they feel like they married or they dated up, and so they're not gonna try to ruffle any feathers because this is just way too big for me to even make a big deal about.
Exactly.
Okay, but let's talk about little old measly us. You know, the low
the ones that can't afford Yeezys.
What do you call them? The peasants.
Yeah.
What do you think about regular relationships?
Okay. What are the rules now?
What are the rules now?
What we can do and not do with past relationships?
Exactly. So let me give you some examples.
Okay,
so let's
please.
say, I have a picture of me and my ex somewhere nearby. And every so often you open that drawer and you see it.
I'm so glad you said this.
Why? Is that the case?
because this is a real thing in our relationship.
That's true.
So here's what happened, guys, just in case you want to know. So when I first started dating April, I used to go visit her at her house, at her parents' house in Atlanta. It wasn't her, but it was somebody, right?
Yeah.
I get to the house. I've been dating April now for probably a year. And up on their mantle is a picture of April and her ex-boyfriend. And I'm like, what is this?
My mom really liked him.
Yeah. So I asked April about it. I said, yo, Why is home dude still up here with you? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, she really liked him.
It ain't even that deep.
I said, you know what? It really isn't. I don't even care. I mean, I just asked the question once and moved on.
But did it bother you?
It actually didn't. Let me say this.
Now, what if I had it up in my room? In my dorm room.
That would be problematic.
Okay.
Because I'd be wondering now, is she putting up pictures of old dudes as like trophies or something? Like I wouldn't know what to even make of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But here's the thing. With that situation, when I looked at that, I actually had to take a double take. I looked, I was like, wait a minute. That ain't me.
Wow.
Who's that guy?
Okay.
And see, I'm saying it wasn't like we just started dating. I've been with you for like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You had come to my parents' house multiple times.
Correct. But honestly, keeping pictures, I would say that's probably a no-no. Unless
really,
yes,
what do you
displaying
mean?
them, stuff like that. Because
displaying them, yes,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree that you should not display them anymore.
Yeah,
but I mean, if they're in a box somewhere,
who cares?
You got to have them in a box
no
for
big
memories,
deal.
so I can bring out how hideous your ex-girlfriends were.
Yes, I got an old box of ex-girlfriends in a thing somewhere that I haven't seen. I don't even know where it is.
So I can prove to other people that you did not have good taste back in the day.
That's true. I did what I could.
I'm just joking.
Anyway, go ahead.
Not really.
Not really.
But anyway, what about if I'm rocking gifts from an ex?
So like your ex-boyfriend gave you like a shirt
pair
and
of Jordans
and you still wear them or something like that.
Or a shirt or something,
Okay,
a purse
so it depends on what it
is.
If it's Jordans, that's okay. But you know how I feel about Jordans, so I wouldn't have a problem with that. If it's you know what? Honestly,
you wouldn't care?
I don't think I care. If it's tight, if it's dope, I would say keep doing it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people that have a problem with that.
I don't know. If let's say your ex bought you a wallet and you continue to use that wallet or a watch, I don't know. Every time I see it, I might feel some kind of way.
So this is the thing. Let me be more honest with you, more transparent. Okay, if I'm being honest, I've never felt threatened by anybody that you dated. So that's probably coloring this.
Yeah.
If you had
I've never felt threatened either.
Correct. If you had a boyfriend that I thought you really liked, that maybe resembled me or was better than me at something or something like that, I might feel some kind of way about you keeping anything from him. Okay. So I'm gonna just be honest.
Yeah,
that's true. But being real about how things were in my own life, I just never cared about any of that stuff because I was never really
right. Okay, what about if I still called or texted? Let's get a little deeper now. Okay, somebody is still calling or texting their ex. Nothing's happening, but I'm like checking on, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you.
Right.
They're doing that to me.
So I would only say it's okay in one case.
Okay.
That is if after you broke up with your ex, you guys ended up being friends, and then your ex was also friends with me.
Okay.
So if he's not also friends with me and acknowledging that we're together and respecting that, then nah.
Yeah, I
no
agree.
Way in the
That's
world.
really important because I feel like, if you're not respecting my new relationship, the person I'm with now, then you're not really trying to be friends.
Right.
You're trying.
You can't be.
You can't be.
No way.
So I agree. If that's the case, I would say, but I also would say, just let that go. Right. You don't need to call me and check on me.
No, that deep.
Move on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about keeping in contact with your ex's family members?
That probably is a little bit different. So let's say you were really
birthdays, you going to their birthday parties, you want to, you calling them
all that now.
for holidays.
Now, if it's something little like you just calling them, that's no big deal to me. But if you going to their birthday parties, I'm like, come on, man.
Oh,
we got our own life now. What you doing over there, man?
So that kind of leads us to what are you thinking?
I think we can go on to our word of the day.
Yeah, I think that leads us to the word of the day. Because the word of the day, to me, really says what needs to happen when it comes to past relationships. You ready?
What's the word of the day, man?
Word of the day? Words of the day.
Words of the day.
So we can do what we want. We can do what we want.
It's your show, girl.
It's our show. We can do what we want. Mm-hmm. Ancient history.
Ancient history. Wow.
Ancient history, okay? An event as in a person's life that occurred in the remote... Okay, I can't even read this. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yes, I'm ready. For real. This time. This is the real thing.
An event as in a person's life that occurred in the remote past and has no practical relationship with the present.
Wow.
You are done.
Ancient history.
Here's a great example. She was my best friend in high school, but that's ancient history now. So
are you suggesting then that when we move on from a relationship and start dating someone else, that our previous relationship should be ancient history?
I think so.
So what if it's not, though? And let me ask you this. If I hold on to articles of clothing and purses and J's and all that kind of stuff and whatever, am I basically saying that my relationship with that person is not actually ancient history?
I don't think so. I really don't, especially if that thing was expensive and it's tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you need to keep, but if he gave you something like, I don't know, I don't think that really makes it so that they're not ancient history.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
So you're saying,
if you don't have a problem with it, and I'm able to keep that thing, and you have a problem with it, cool,
right,
done. But if you do have a problem with it, I think I need to stop wearing those Jordans.
Okay. So you're saying that's really the difference.
That's the difference.
That once I leave my relationship with that other person, I don't necessarily have to sever off every possible thing that reminds me of anything to do with them. So it's not like I have to get rid of every letter they've ever written me or whatever. But
it needs to be in a box somewhere in the basement. Because it's ancient history.
Right.
And ancient history actually can be put in a time capsule.
So it shouldn't be one of those things that's literally having its bearing on our relationship now.
Exactly.
If it infringes on our relationship, that's a problem.
If it's making me feel some kind of way, then you need to put it up. You need to be done with it. You need to make
if the person is worth it, then when they bring that up to you, then you'll have no problem getting rid of whatever that thing is.
Exactly.
But if they're not worth it, if you don't mean that much to me, then you know what? I'm probably just going to keep them J's.
But seriously, that really, really lets you know, does this person means enough? Because we've had couples that we've talked to, but they cannot let that ex go.
Right.
And so it says to me, you're not ready to move on. You're not ready to make that ancient history.
That person must not have
So then you might need to step back.
That's true.
You might need to step back because you're not ready.
That's true.
So if you're not ready to make that dude or that girl ancient history, I think you need to rethink the next relationship.
You do. Wow, that's some good advice, babe. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.